Welcome back to my channel. I don't know how you got here, but I'm so glad you're here. If you're new here, I hope you stick around and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell located beside subscribe. Make sure it's highlighted to all. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload. If you are new here, my name is Amanda Ray. I give my commentary on the show Sister Wives and all the people that we have watched for so long from that show, like Child of Kody Brown and Janelle Brown, Madison Brown Brush. Maddie has been very vocal recently about her thoughts and opinions on not only her family, but her toxic daddy. Oh, yes. Madison started a new podcast called The Authentic Society, where her and her co-host are pretty authentic when they discuss some things. Now, this most recent episode was about comparison, called The Comparison Game. In the description, it reads, "We all do it. That endless scroll through social media where suddenly your morning turns into a highlight reel of everyone else's seemingly perfect lives." In today's episode, we're diving deep into the comparison game, that exhausting mental cycle where we measure our raw footage against everyone else's carefully curated moments. Join us as we talk about deep comparing on social media, motherhood, careers, and more. By the way, a little disclaimer, if you hear the wind blowing in the background, I am outside enjoying the day, and I hope you are as well. They started off the episode talking about social media, and Madison said she thinks that technology being like the Instagram influencer days, she thinks that's driving the comparison now these days, and etc., etc. And what I found very interesting was that she said that because the girl, her co-host, asked if Maddie, ever compared herself, or, what she compared herself to, or compared her things to, or, whatever. Maddie was like, I always was like, well, I don't have an influencer house. Like, I appreciate my house and I'm grateful for my house. There's a lot of love in that house. We done it ourselves. We worked and we saved for that house. But I was always like, well, this is not an influencer house. I'm over here like, girl, at least you have a house. I have a single wide trailer. I am just trying my hardest. Two income households over here working hard. Okay. Trying to save and afford to move. Okay, not just have a house, but move, because we live in a bad area. So, I don't know. That right there, that part, I was enjoying this podcast, and we're only on episode 3, and I'm over here like, girl, your privilege is showing, because, I felt it, okay? I felt it when I'm over here like, well, you're living in a really nice 2-story house. Your home is very nice. So, I cannot relate to you saying that you was like, well, it's not a influencer house. She said it a few times. I was very disappointed in that. But, hey, whatever floats your boat. And then she talks about, like, growing up and, comparing, really their lives with the other people's lives and things like that. They really get into that, or she does. So, click the description below this video if you want to go watch this or go listen to this podcast in its entirety on your own time. It's around 50 minutes, so it's a pretty lengthy podcast. This is just a little rundown, I guess, a little free advertisement for Maddie. You're welcome. And she also said, like, where she lived in North Carolina, she would look around her and see, people had roots there, and their, like, family was from there, and they moved around a lot when they was a kid. So, she brought up that moving around really was not for her, and that she really, wanted to have family all in one location, roots, just wish they wouldn't have moved so much, I guess. And we all know from the show Sister Wives, the family moved quite a lot. And then she was talking about, like, grandparents. She said that her kids, Maddie said, that her kids don't know KODY. They don't really have a grandfather other than Caleb's daddy, who they see like once a year. She said they do have a neighbor. Look, y'all, when she said this, I was like, I wonder if Janelle is friends with the neighbor. Is the neighbor married? Because she said that the neighbor brings them yoo-hoos, and they kind of look at him like a grandfather figure, because they come to their things that they have like at school and stuff, I guess. I'm like, oh, well, that's nice. Is he single? For Janelle. Ask him for Janelle. But she did mention that, her kids don't have that. And the girl said, do you think your kids will grow up and, resent that? Not really resent that, but wish they had that. And she's like, I don't know. She goes on to talk about motherhood in more detail. So like I said, if you want to go listen in on everything they have to say on all these different topics, click the description below this video and go click the podcast episode and go check it out. Go listen to it in its entirety. She did talk about Garrison. And for those who do not know, Garrison is her brother who passed away earlier this year. He was a big part of the show Sister Wives, but she opened up and said that Garrison, that was his main thing. He would compare his life to those on social media, and she would always tell him, that's a highlight reel. They're just showing the good things. They're not showing the bad. It's just a highlight reel. You only see a few seconds of it. But she said that he was really hard on himself, and he would compare himself and his life to other people's lives that were close to him and other people on social media and things like that. I, as a listener, appreciate MADDIE for opening up about that right there, because that's a hard topic, I'm sure, for her to talk about. It's probably pretty emotional and raw, and I really appreciate that, because I'm sure that can only help others out there, It really could. And this girl right here, I like this girl right here. I like her. I like her whole aesthetic, her whole look. She is very pretty, very pretty. And she is a very relatable child. She is sassy. I like her. I like her. Good podcast so far from what I've listened in on. I've really enjoyed it. So go check it out. Highly recommend. Like I said, this is Sister Wives, daughter of KODY and Janelle Brown, MADDIE Brush. We all know MADDIE from the show Sister Wives. And Janelle has recently moved to North Carolina and bought property to go into business with MADDIE and her husband. So a lot more to come with MADDIE. Go ahead and click the description below this video and go check out their podcast. And go tell them in the comments how you got there. Say Amanda Ray sent me. Hello. Like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe. If you have not already, I hope you subscribe. And hit that notification bell located beside subscribe. Make sure it's highlighted to all. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload. You can catch up on new episodes of Sister Wives every Sunday exclusively on TLC at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go ahead and set them DVRs and mark them calendars. I love you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video or in the comments below.